What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal and
Mackenzie.
Back with another reaction video. Here we are with American explains Australia to Americans. Well, we're Americans, so I'd love to hear this American explain Australia. Before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe, ring notification bell, get the video a thumbs up. Let's hear the explanation.
Good day. Almost 2 years ago, through a turn of fate, I made friends with a random Australian dude over the internet, which led to me meeting his friends, and over time I can now say that I have dozens of friends from the quote-unquote land down under. Never having had any exposure to the Australian people, there were moments of culture shock, distinct dialect differences, as well as the dispelling of preconceived notions about what I thought Australia was. Being a product of the American education system, I had very limited knowledge about Australia, and most of what I did know came from Paul Hogan and that shit Quigley Down Under movie. So in the interest of improved future international relations, I would like to present to you An American Explains Australia to Americans. America and Australia.
I'm already absolutely loving this, dog. I love the video that it's not like that. It's like different pictures, and we mixing kangaroos and koalas and
Rhinos.
yeah, rhinos and
That one kind of looked like you. The kangaroo mixed with a rhino.
I'll catch one of these between your eyeballs. Oh, but yeah, I'm gonna let him keep going. It's cool.
Australia have some things in common. Australia and the continental United States are...
That's an unlimited steak and shrimp for $16.
America and Australia have some things in common.
Unlimited. Yeah, unlimited shrimp.
Oh, steak and unlimited. Oh, I thought they were finna say unlimited steak, dog. Bitch, need to find that deal, dog. But yeah, I don't. If it's fried shrimp, I'd be down for it.
Common. Australia and the continental United States are approximately the same size. We were both originally British colonies, but Australia's colonists were mostly convicts. Australia has a population of about 25 million people, which is a little less than the population of Texas, but whereas the
greatest state on earth, yay!
average number of guns per household in Texas is 8.1, in Australia the number of privately owned guns is 47. Probably.
He said 8 guns per household in Texas. Like, that's the average.
I'm sorry, I can't help but pay attention to the fingernail. The pinky.
Mine?
No.
Oh, his. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't even notice. 8.1 guns per household is insanity. But yeah, that pinky nail is also insanity.
Yeah, all of them short, but that one is driving me crazy. I saw it as soon as he let go.
Jesus.
1. In Australia, the number of privately owned guns is 47. Probably has something to do with that whole convict thing. Most people in Australia live here, here, and here. We'll come back to this small section, but I would like to also mention Tasmania, which besides exporting the standard natural resources is also a large producer of wine and is technologically behind the mainland a century or so. Australia's #1 exports are iron, feral camels, of which there are about 600,000, and alcoholic film actors, such as Mel Gibson, Jeffrey Rush, Russell Crowe, Brian Brown, Nicole Kidman before marrying Tom Cruise, Errol Flynn, Noah Taylor, Sullivan Stapleton, Nicole Kidman after marrying Keith Urban, Heath Ledger, Every Hemsworth, Jack Thompson, and Russell Crowe again. Colin Farrell is not an Australian, much to my surprise.
I didn't know Mel Gibson was Australian. That's one actor I did not know was an Aussie.
Irish, but does qualify for citizenship. Sports are very important to Australians, with their most notable sport being the Queensland cockroach races. Incidentally,
would you watch that?
No. I might, but if it gets loose, I might scream.
Yeah, I will watch the cockroach racing for sure, for sure.
It's number 24.
If you ever need to break up a fight between Australians, simply scream the words, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie,
Oi,
they
oi,
will
oi.
immediately stop what they are doing and answer oi, oi, oi. It is not only encoded into their DNA, but is mandated by law in their constitution to do so. The most common misconception Americans have about Australia is that everything in Australia will kill you. This is far from the truth. I mean, sure, it is home to snakes, sharks, great white sharks who apparently have their own mailbox on the Great Barrier Reef, crocodiles, blue-ringed octopus, cone snails, killer jellyfish, European honeybees, and homicidal horses who manage to kill 20 people a year.
Jesus.
But Australia is also home to some of the
And he didn't mention the spiders.
Yeah.
Don't forget the spiders, but
most adorable animals on Earth, like wombats who poop cubes, opium-addicted wallabies, and the inspiration for the American teddy bear, the koala, who are incidentally rampantly infected with chlamydia because they are f***ing themselves blind in mass orgies while wolfing down kilograms of eucalyptus. Eucalyptus oil, by the way, folks, is highly flammable, which causes massive brush fires. That's right. Even the trees in Australia are trying to kill its citizens. In an effort to protect the people, the livestock, the farmland, and also to prevent the loss of life in the dingo population, the Australian government decided to erect a 5,600-kilometer wall.
that's crazy.
While this was a victory in conservation, it was a massive and costly undertaking. The government learned from this mistake, and rather than repeat this folly 50 years later, it was decided that it would be more prudent for the country to declare war outright on the emu. Though the emu had greater numbers, they eventually succumbed to Australian air superiority. It is the only nation to...
No, they did not. That's cap. No, that's cap. Emu still running rampant out there. But yeah, they ended up losing that war to the emu. Did you know that?
They what?
They lost the war to emus.
No.
It wasn't a real war. Like, they sent like 2 people after like so many gosh dang 2 people in like a machine gun after a ridiculous amount of emus. And then I think after that they was like, this is pointless because the they wasn't killing these emus. They was too cold. They just let all the farmers have guns, and that basically solved it. I'm pretty sure that solved the problem. Gave the farmers guns, and they just defended their crops themselves.
Ever find NASA for littering? Have one of its citizens tried to sell New Zealand on eBay and is slowly running out of gasoline, which is making the events of Mad Max a self-fulfilling prophecy. Australians do not have shrimp on the Barbie. Shrimp are called prawns. Liquor stores are called bottle-os. If you don't pay for a succulent Chinese meal, the police will grab your penis. Rednecks are bogans. The word f*** is used as punctuation. The Australian word for friend is most of the time. No is pronounced yeah, nah, and yes is pronounced nah, yeah. The way to ask how are you in Australia is pronounced how you going. And the number one...
You know I like saying
How you going?
how you going? And that's what they be saying in Australia Love Island all the time.
Mm-hmm.
How you going?
Yeah, we're currently watching that.
Yeah, it's the latest season. It's really good, dog, so far. But we ain't gonna tell y'all how we feel about it, but we got feelings.
We
just don't want to make this video a Love Island Australia rant.
Yes.
national pastime is making fun of or taking the piss out of your friends and loved ones. What I have learned about Australia is that it is a country full of fun-loving, honorable, and genuine people who have a culture of not letting themselves get bogged down with the small stuff in life. It is my privilege to be able to say that some of my best mates are Australians. So the next time you crack open a tinny of Foster's, just remember, Australians do not drink that horse piss.
Good stuff. I for one feel like he did a pretty good job explaining Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, and it was an entertaining video. You explained it, but in an entertaining way, so I didn't lose attention. Because if it was just a boring video with him talking, probably would have been in and out a couple of times. but he kept me intrigued the entire time. So shout out my guy. Anything left to say about this one? Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. We out.